A single mom's son with leukemia just had surgery. Mom has been waiting outside the hospital room for 2 days and 2 nights, but before her son woke up, the woman received a call from her company. The boss asked her to accompany him on a business trip abroad. The woman is not sure about her son's safety, but she's just a single mom with no money and no power. She can't be by her son's side at the most important moment. She's got to make a living. On the plane, the boss was testing Lisa. He wanted to know what kind of woman she was, but Lisa only talked to him about her work. She didn't talk about anything else. When they first agreed, after that night, no one would ever talk about it again. They both knew what was going on, and the project went well. Lisa's professionalism, Paul's eyes were brightened. He was going to ask Lisa out for a drink at the restaurant. Unexpectedly, he was refused. Paul just nodded and pretended not to care, but then he had a new idea. Then they walked into the elevator. Paul hesitated for a long time, but he said he paid $300,000 for another night with Lisa, but what he didn't expect was Lisa left the elevator in a huff. Paul couldn't figure out why he'd been rejected this time. Then Lisa packed her bags and went to the airport to wait for it, but Paul stopped her. "I'm not letting you go. Tonight, you'll sleep at the hotel. You have to lead. I'm the one who should go." On the way back, Paul asked the same question. "Why did you agree the first time?" But Lisa didn't want to talk to him. She didn't say anything about the medical bills. After getting off the plane, she went to the hospital first. She saw her son when he woke up, and the kind donor, no matter how much she suffered, as long as he saw his son was safe, Lisa would forget all her troubles. But the next day, the accident happened again. For a man like Paul, although he doesn't trust women in Israel, but once he meets someone who interests him, he will try his best to get close to her. Asked Lisa to put off everything at night to accompany him to meet an important client. Lisa couldn't argue with that. She couldn't tell him that her son was waiting for him at the hospital. She had to go to the party with Paul, but just before he left, Lisa got a call from her son. Since the death of his father, the boy had become very attached to Lisa. In order to calm his son, Lisa said, "I'll be back before you go to bed." What a coincidence. Paul overheard these conversations, but he didn't know Lisa had a son. He thought he was talking to someone else. Then they came to the hotel. Lisa took a good look. It was the same hotel where she and Paul had met. Sad memories came flooding back. He kept staring at Lisa during the meal. The boy called again. After Lisa left, Paul put on a show, took out his cell phone and followed Lisa. He heard the conversation between Lisa and her son again. Now Paul was a bit confused. Is there someone else after Lisa? After returning to the dinner table, he purposely didn't look at Lisa. When you left, he asked Lisa to take a taxi home. Paul's erratic behavior. Lisa was puzzled too, but she didn't have the energy to study Paul. When she had time, she had to be with her son, but she was tired after a long time. Lisa decided to take a few days off. When Paul found out about it, although he agreed on the surface, he couldn't help but wonder. Lisa was taking time off to go out on a date with someone else. Even when he came to the office, he couldn't help but walk into Lisa's office in order to divert his attention. He arranged his schedule very well. When the assistant came to call him, there was a charity program who needed to attend. He had nothing to do anyway. Paul agreed, but who would have thought? The program was to support children with leukemia and Lisa's hospital, and at this moment, she was with her recovering son. The director